Hi, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the campus of Case Western Reserve University, and welcome inside Mather Park, the site of the Cleveland Regional. And we have worked our way through Thursday games, 2 on Thursday, Friday games, 3 on Friday, and we are set for the championship game today. It is Calvin University, so far unbeaten in the Cleveland Regional, taking on the host school, the Spartans of Case Western Reserve University. The Spartans with 2 wins, 1 loss. That 1 loss, a 7-1 loss to Calvin yesterday. So this is game 1, and if there is a game 2, the Spartans will have to knock off Calvin to get to it. So the Knights are clearly in the driver's seat. In the circle for the Calvin Knights this afternoon, Emma Ludema. Ludema is a sophomore. At the plate for the Spartans to start the game is their leadoff hitter, Karen Potts, the first-year shortstop. The 1-0 pitch from Ludema, and Potts fouls it away. Brooke Hunderman is the ace of the staff for Calvin, but Brooke has pitched in every game in this tournament. So talking to her head coach, Becky Hilgert, before the game, Becky told me that she thought it was the right thing to do to give Brooke some time off at least in this first game. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Potts. Ludema on the year, 8-5. This is her 18th start of the season. The 1-2 pitch. And Potts fouls it away. They will pitch Karen Potts carefully. She has been outstanding in this tournament. Seven for 12, Potts is. The 1-2 pitch, it's off speed, low and away. And in her 7 hits, Potts has 5 extra base hits. She has 2 doubles and 3 home runs. 2 of those came yesterday. Led off the game with a home run against Dominican, and then, in effect, won the game with a 2-run home run in the 6th inning. Calvin is here after knocking off Dominican on Thursday 4-2 in a game that was 2-2 in the 6th inning, and then knocking off the Spartans yesterday 7-1 in a game that was scoreless midway through it. And that's a single up the middle. A patient at bat for Karen Potts.
Now batting, number 20, Stevie Rieger.
The first time these two teams played each other yesterday, Brooke Hunderman, the pitcher for Calvin, had the Spartans off balance the entire game. Now, this is Stevie Rieger at the plate, and that's a first pitch strike from Ludema. Behind the plate, Taylor Sanborn, the junior catcher for the Knights. Ludema, the sophomore, second pitch, fouled back. Potts was running on it. Karen Potts on the season, pretty good, stealing a base. And Ludema's first baseman, Emily Gist, came over to let Emma know. 24 of 27 success rate for Potts, does not go, and the pitch is high. No balls, 2 strikes to Stevie Rieger. Rieger, the senior left fielder. Rieger was hitless yesterday against Calvin. The 1-2 pitch. Potts is running. Throw down. It's a good one. And Potts is out. That throw went right into the sliding Karen Potts. If that throw is anywhere else, Potts is safe. Aubrey Herder caught it to shortstop, and there's 1 out in the inning. That is only the 4th time in 28 attempts that Karen Potts has been thrown out this year. Took a perfect throw, and it was. That one went off of Rieger's ankle. Top of her foot, somewhere down there. Counts even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coach Josie Henry, the leader of this Spartan program, coming in to talk to her senior left fielder. Josie Henry in her 14th year. She is the school's all-time winningest coach in softball. 367 wins. The 2-2 pitch. And that's a little flare over the shortstop's head, and almost a great catch by the freshman Herder. We saw Potts do that yesterday. That is a base hit for Stevie Rieger. So 2 up for the Spartans, 2 base hits, but the great throw by Taylor Sanborn, the catcher, has kept Case Western with only 1 on right now. This is Kai Gross, the number 3 hitter. That pitch is outside for ball 1. Gross was 1 for 3, had one of the 5 hits against Calvin in game 1 yesterday. And for most of the game, the Spartans had just 2 hits against Hunterman. A lot of those hits came late when the game was already decided. That game yesterday was 0-0 going into the 4th inning. And in that 4th inning with 2 outs, Calvin had the bases loaded. And that one's foul in front of the plate. Catcher did not know where it was. Otherwise, that's an out. In that game of the 4th inning, in a scoreless game, a pitcher's battle, Calvin had the bases loaded with 2 outs. And Case Western Reserve threw behind the runner at first, thought they had the runner out. Looked like they had the runner out. Runner was called safe. The inning was not over. And on the next pitch, a double was hit. That's a double off the wall. Rieger's going to get to third, and they're going to send Stevie Rieger. Throw to the plate, slide, and she's safe. Wow, that's a gutsy first inning call by Josie Henry. Coach Henry's an aggressive coach. She loves to run. We've seen it already in this first inning.
Number 11, Bella Russo.
Bella Russo now at the plate. So Gross gets the double and the RBI. Rieger scores. Spartans up 1-0 here in the top half of the first. Russo has been moved up to the cleanup spot. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off. There's been a little bit of movement in this Spartan starting 9 as far as the batting order is concerned. The defensive alignment remains the same, but Bella Russo, Kayla Nutter have both moved up. Biz Berry, Kella Jagoda have both dropped down. The 0-2 pitch is outside. It's ball 1. Russo yesterday was 0 for 3 with a strikeout against Calvin. A lot of people were 0 for 3 with a strikeout against Calvin yesterday. And Hunterman, their ace. Ground ball to shortstop. Russo with speed, quick throw. And a nice play by Aubrey Herder. So Bella's out. That's the second out of the inning. But Kai Gross is at third. So a wild pitch or a pass ball. Gross is 60 feet away from scoring. This is Kayla Nutter, the senior, designated player. Had a nice conversation with Kayla's grandfather yesterday. He drove up from Kentucky to see his granddaughter play this weekend. Nutter in the series, 2 hits and 6 at-bats. She scored a run. Spartans would love to see Kayla get her 3rd hit in the NCAA tournament this weekend right now. That pitch is inside, and it's ball 2. Spartans 36-7 on the year. Calvin 34-10. The 2-0 pitch. Inside part of the plate, it's ball 3. I can guarantee you this, when Calvin comes to bat, they will be as selective as Kayla Nutter is in this current at bat, especially against Lexi Miskey. Calvin will make Miskey throw the ball over the plate. And the 3-0 pitch is on the outside part of the plate. That's strike 1. That's ball 4. So Kayla Nutter draws a 2-out walk. And we may see a pinch runner for Nutter. Coach Henry's talking about it. Caitlin Lamb's going to come to the plate. Tara Fritcher's putting the helmet on in the dugout. Got her sliding gloves ready. And Fritcher, number 3, is going to go out and run for Nutter.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now running at first base for Case Western Reserve, number 3, Tara Fritcher. Now batting for Case Western Reserve, number 2, Caitlin Lamb.
In case you're wondering, Fritcher does not have a stolen base this year. And she's off and running on the first one, and there will be no throw. She will not get a stolen base for that either. Officially. Now her family is going to count that as a stolen base because that's what the family does. Ground ball, second base, and the inning's over. Caitlin Lamb grounds out to Emily Sweetland, and the Spartans score a run. And they do it with 3 hits. They leave 2 on. We head to the bottom of the first. The Knights coming to bat.
NCAA.
So there has been a scoring decision. And it's, just something for fun. But Tara Fritcher's going to get a stolen base in the statistical column. Fast Eddie Karakis, the sports information director / official scorer for the NCAA Cleveland Regional, has awarded a stolen base. This is Lexi Miskey in the circle. And Miskey has been, she's been everything for the Spartans in this NCAA tournament. She has been the only effective pitcher that they have been able to put out there. And she's pitched a lot. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Lily Gastra. Gastra's the leadoff hitter for Calvin. Gastra's a junior, listed as a DP today. High strike. Miskey has thrown 19 innings in 2 days. 19 and a third to be exact. She has struck out 22. She's walked 11. The 1-2 pitch. The problem for the Spartans is they haven't been able to find a consistent number 2 in the tournament. So Miskey has had to just burden the load. And Gastra on a 1-2 pitch gets hit.
Now batting, number 20, Aubrey Herder.
That brings Aubrey Herder to the plate, the number 2 hitter. Herder's the freshman. Herder on the year hitting .301. Gastra on at first. Bunt fielded by Russo. The out to Gross. And doing a nice job, Biz Berry getting back to the bag at third base. So Calvin gets what they want. They get Gastra in scoring position, so Herder has done her job.
Carly Dole.
That brings Carly Dole, their top hitter, to the plate. Dole in the 3 slot, hitting .405 this year. Her slugging percentage is out of this world at .738. And here's the first pitch from Miskey. Now the approach, Calvin's approach to Lexi Miskey yesterday was to be extremely, overemphasize patient at the plate. And the next pitch is ball 2. And it paid off for them yesterday. I mean, it was a great game. It was a really good game. The final score is kind of not indicative of what the game was. It really turned on one play in the middle innings. But Miskey had to work for everything she got yesterday. Calvin was not going to give her a strike that they would swing at that wasn't, over the plate. They were not going to chase her rise ball. They were going to not, swing at that outside pitch. And here's a great example in this at bat. I mean, that's a pitch that could have looked like a strike coming into the hitter, but patience. And the count's 3-1. Down the middle, and that's a pop-up. Jagoda is under it. Kella in center field, and that's 2 outs in the inning. So that's a big out to get Dole to pop up. That was up there. This game started at 11. It's quarter after, so that sun is, in a position that's almost directly above the entire field when they look up for a pop-up right now. Here's the number 4 hitter. It's Taylor Sanborn. Sanborn, the catcher, junior. Pitch is high for ball 1. Taylor on the year is hitting .333. Leads the team in doubles this year with 9. And she has been the hottest hitter for Calvin in this tournament. Second pitch is high for ball 2. Taylor in 7 at-bats has 4 hits. And she is in a hitter's count right now, 2 balls and a strike. Miskey's pitch is fouled off. Spartans got a run in the first. Leadoff single by Karen Potts. She was thrown out trying to steal by Taylor Sanborn. Rieger followed with a single, and Kai Gross hit a double. And there's a foul back, counts even now at 2. That's where we stand. It's 1-0 in the bottom of the first. This is the championship Saturday. Spartans need to beat the Knights twice to advance to the Sweet 16. Calvin just needs to win this game. And that's strike 3. Big out for Lexi Miskey, not only in the inning, but for her confidence early in this game. We head to the top of the second. It's 1-0. Let's take a look at that Calvin Knight's defense as we start the top half of the second. In the outfield from left to right, sophomore Ella Steele in left, junior Emma Walker in center, and sophomore Tori Decker is in right field. In the circle is Emma Ludema, the sophomore pitcher, Taylor Sanborn, her junior catcher behind the plate, and here comes the first offering to Biz Berry, and it's high and outside for ball 1. In the infield for the Knights from third to first, the sophomore at third, Carly Dole, a freshman at shortstop, Aubrey Herder, her freshman teammate at second base, Emily Sweetland, and a senior at first, Emily Gist. Second pitch is at the letters. It's strike 1. Biz Berry, the sophomore third baseman for the Spartans, trying to add to that team hit total. Spartans got 3 in the first. That pitch is on the outside part of the plate. It's called strike 2. The 1-2 pitch, Berry, little floater, shallow right, coming in for it. And bringing it in is Tori Decker for the first out of the inning. Number 8 hitter in Coach Henry's lineup today is Nyla Durham, the first-year right fielder. Durham's done a great job defensively in right field all season long for the Spartans. It's a credit to her that she's a starter as a first-year player on a team that is 36-7, ranked 7th in the country, and won the University Athletic Association. The 1-0 pitch, inside and low, ball 2. Your umpires in this game, behind home plate, Todrick Davis. He's the crew chief. At first base, it's Dennis Duza, and at third base, Jason Booth. In the booth with us, the fourth umpire, and he'll be on the field in Game 2 if there is a Game 2, is Dave Berry. So Durham with a real nice swing on a hitter's count. It's a foul ball. Counts 2-1. Ludema has worked her way back to an even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down here in the top half of the second. Spartans with a run in the first have a 1-0 lead. Kella Jagoda is next to hit. And the 2-2 pitch is high for ball 3. Durham, solid shot into shallow right center field. And what a great at bat for Nyla Durham.
Now batting, number 13, Sarah Yagoda.
So Nyla's got speed, but I'll be stunned if the Spartans try to get her down to second, especially the way that Taylor Sanborn threw out Karen Potts. Jagoda's up with one out. Top of the order is next. First pitch from Ludema is called ball one. Jagoda in the series, or in the weekend tournament, the Cleveland Regional, is hitting 300. And there goes Durham, and she's going to get doubled up. That is a line-out throw-out. That's just unfortunate. That's just bad luck. So the double play gets Calvin out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the second, and a 1-0 Spartan lead. After today, 16 teams will be left
Leading off the bottom second,
out of the field of
Calvin,
64.
number 23, Emily
16 regional sites started play on Thursday. Cleveland, Case Western was one of those 16. And everybody is down to their championship games today across the country. WashU's in a game today. Mount Union's in a game today. Those are two teams that the Spartans played. Actually, Calvin played Mount Union this year as well. Emily Gist is at the plate. Gist is a senior first baseman. And Miskey is down on the count, 2 balls and a strike. Calvin, the number 25 ranked team in the country, already with a win over the number 7 team in this tournament. And that's a beautiful off-speed pitch from Lexi Miskey. Gist hitting .297 on the season, and here this weekend she's 1 of 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Next pitch, fly ball, Jagoda coming in, and Kella will bring it in. Straight away center, Jagoda with the first out of the inning.
now batting, number 22, Tori Decker.
This is Tori Decker, the right fielder for the Knights. Decker in the tournament so far, 2 hits and 5 at-bats. The sophomore on the season has been sensational. She is second on the team in hitting this year, batting .350. And that pitch is fouled back, counts even at 1. Yesterday it was Dominican in those gold jersey tops, white pants. Today it's Calvin. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yesterday's games started 2.5 hours late because of the rain. 11 o'clock was 1:30. And we finished at just a little bit after 8:30 last night. The sun was setting. The scoreboard lights were actually lighter than the sky at the time that we finished. That's a tough pitch to take. It's called for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a soft floater to Potts. In on the hands of Decker, the hitter, and that's the second out of the inning. That'll bring to the plate Emma Walker. Emma Walker, the junior center fielder for the Calvin Knights. Emma, 1 hit and 4 at-bats, 4 official at-bats. She's walked 3 times in this Cleveland Regional. Walker up in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Fly ball, swinging on 2-0. And that's off the third base dugout roof. Walker on the year hitting .315 for the Knights. And it's interesting, in 42 games during the regular season, or 42 games up until this point, Walker had walk this back for a second after this pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the offering. And that is a changeup that's beautiful. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So if you take away the 2 games that they've played, so during 40 games of the regular season, Walker had only walked 7 times. But yet here in this weekend's games, she's walked 3 times. And that's on the inside part of the plate, right underneath her elbows. The count's now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Patience at the plate right now for Emma Walker. Miskie's going to try to end the inning on this pitch. And she does. Lamb will gather herself and throw it out to Russo. Miskie with her second strikeout. She now has 202 on the season. The single season record by Lexi Miskie is 207, set last year. That will be a storyline as the game continues. Top of the third is next. Karen Potts will lead off the third. The Spartan leadoff hitter led off the game with a single to center and was thrown out trying to steal second base in that 1-run first inning for the Spartans. Ludema on the mound. Here comes Emma's pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. Ludema, the sophomore, has walked a batter. This is in her third inning, and given up 4 hits. Off speed, the Potts freezes her, and it counts even, 1 ball, 1 strike. I was talking to Coach Hilgert before the game, the Calvin coach, and we were talking about Potts and what a sensational freshman she is, and she agreed. She thinks she's one of the best freshmen in the entire country. And she wondered why yesterday, late in the game with the game on the line, Dominican just didn't walk Potts. She said, I'd have walked her. I'm not going to pitch to her in that situation, is what she said. And Potts hit a home run, a 2-run home run that ended up being the game winner. The 2-1 pitch moves back Karen Potts, and the count's now 3-1. And it is a hitter's count right now. Potts is looking at one pitch, though. She's looking at her favorite location to hit. And if she doesn't get it, she's going to take the pitch. And that was right out there where Karen can get those forearms out, extend those arms, and get that power stroke going. Counts even, or counts full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Ludema. And did she go? And they say she did. It's a big out. Anytime you can get Karen Potts out, it's a big out. Threw that high fastball out of the strike zone, and Potts offered at it. This is Rieger. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Stevie had a base hit, scored a run. The only run of the game so far. Ludema's second offering, Rieger to left field. High ball at the wall, at the track, and it's caught. Ella Steele settled under it at the warning track with her right hand on the blue fence. Rieger just missed a home run. Here's a player that can hit it out. Kai Gross. Statistically, Gross is the co-leader on the team in home runs. She's got 8. Karen Potts has 8. Counts even with 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on. Kai Gross had a double and knocked in Rieger in her first at bat. The senior second baseman. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's high, ball 2. Kai's mom and dad sitting directly below us, probably right where the Hall of Famer Otto Penica, the public address announcer, is here in the press box. That's a base hit. Gross is 2 for 2, and that brings up Bella Russo.
Now batting, number 11, Bella Russo.
Coach Henry and her coaching staff trying to find some production in the middle of this lineup, the 4, 5, and 6 spots. And honestly, they just haven't had it in this regional tournament. They're hoping that today that somebody in the middle of that lineup will just jump out and start banging the ball all over the ball field. Russo's up with 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. Ludema's pitch. Statistically, if you look at how the middle of that lineup has worked, if you look at the 3 players that have been in the middle of that lineup over the weekend, and that's a foul ball, The Spartans as a team in the middle of the lineup have 3 hits in 28 at-bats. That has been a struggle spot for sure. Changeup, and it was a good one. Ludema evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bellarusso steps in. Pitch is high, Gross is going, and she is safe. Kai Gross with a stolen base of opportunity. Coach Henry thought to herself, listen, I can get her on at second, or we can just lead off the next inning with Russo, the number 4 hitter, one way or another. If Kai gets thrown out, then we're starting with our 4 hitter. And if she doesn't, she's in scoring position, and that's exactly where she's at right now. Russo with a great at bat, fighting to stay alive, maybe knocking her teammate. Here comes the pitch. Line drive, 1 hopper. Nice play by the shortstop. What a play by the freshman Aubrey Herder. That was a short hop, hit hard, and it's the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Case Western Reserve 1, Calvin nothing. Coming to the plate to lead off the bottom of the 3rd for the Knights of Calvin University is the number 8 hitter in Coach Becky Hilgert's lineup. Their freshman second baseman, Emily Sweetland. Sweetland in the Cleveland Regional, 1 hit and 6 at-bats. Emily has scored a run, and she has struck out 4 times in those 6 at-bats. Miskie's first pitch, swinging, shallow right. Durham's out, Gross is out, and Durham will catch it. Boy, for a second there, with everybody converging, including Kella Jagoda, that looked like that could be the opportunity that you see a lot, where the ball just falls in the middle of 3 defenders. But nice catch by Durham. So Sweetland's out. 1 pitch for Miskey and 1 out. Brings Ella Steele to the plate. Steele will bunt it back to the third baseman, Barry, and Biz. Boy, just a beautiful catch and throw. Doesn't waste any time. Brings that ball right up to her shoulder. It's a quick throw, a short throw. No arm extension on that one needed. 2 outs in the inning. Top of the order, Lily Gastra for Calvin. Gastra hit by a pitch in her first at bat. Miskey had her 1-2, and Gastra took one to the side of her left hip. Miskey's pitch swung at hard by Gastra. Counts even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Caitlin Lamb doing a nice job blocking a low pitch. Miskey in 3 games in this Cleveland Regional. She has started 3 games, pitched 19 innings. Opponents hitting 200 against her in those 19 innings, and that's strike 2. Miskey looking for a punch out to end the inning. Rocks and fires. Got it. That one had Gastra just fooled. Changeup works. 3rd strikeout of the game for Miskey. And we head to the top half of the 4th. It's 1-0 Spartans.
Access the official NCAA digital game program on
So Kayla Nutter will lead off the top of the 4th for the Spartans. Nutter walked in her first at bat. Facing the sophomore, Emma Ludema. Second pitch to Nutter is high, counts even at 1. Nutter on the year, 8 hits and 33 at-bats. Of those 8 hits, 2 are doubles and 3 have gone over the fence. Outside pitch, perfect. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ludema in control. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Works it inside, off speed, and the count will go even at 2. That's Taylor Sanborn behind the plate, the junior catcher for the Knights. Doing a great job all weekend. Sanborn looks over to her coach, Becky Hilgert. The pitch is in. Here it comes. And a soft ground ball to short. And quickly across the field, it's Herder to Gist for the first out of the inning.
now batting number 2, Caitlin Lamb.
It goes without saying that at shortstop, you want a player that's got a strong arm. But in this game today, the Spartans and the Knights have 2 shortstops, both of them in their first year of college softball with huge arms. Here's Herder again with an opportunity to show it off. 2 ground balls to the shortstop, 2 quick outs, and that brings Biz Berry to the plate.
Number 6 is Berry.
First pitch strike. Spartans with 5 hits. but they have only one run to show for it. Next pitch, Barry, little floater, right field line. It will fall foul. Coach Henry's going to call Barry over. Biz in an 0-2 count. Coach Josie Henry, an All-American pitcher at Ashland University in her day. It's her husband, Jeff's 45th birthday today. So, Jeff, if you're watching, I know that the Henry family's got some other activities going on today. Happy birthday. I think their son had a coach pitch game today. And Jeff Henry is one of the assistant coaches. The Calvin crowd was so loud calling that a strike that it almost fooled me. It's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And they had the whole umpire voice going with the call. Here comes the pitch. Wow. That one was in about the same spot. Strikeout to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Spartans. Starting the bottom of the 4th, leading it off for Calvin is their shortstop, Aubrey Herder. Herder in her first at bat dropped down a sacrifice bunt. Swinging on that first pitch, high and inside from Miskey. It's strike 1. Herder in the series, 2 for 7 officially. This is the 3rd game for Calvin in this Cleveland Regional. And that's strike 2, the off-speed pitch from Miskey. It's the 4th game for the Spartans. The road to today for Case Western started with a win over Penn State Barron, then a loss to Calvin, then a win over Dominican University. And that's a high fastball for strike 3. So Herder is out swinging, and there is 1 out in the inning. The road here for Calvin has come in just 2 games. They beat Dominican 4-2 on Thursday, knocked off the Spartans 7-1 yesterday. And they need to be beaten twice today. Here's the pitch from Miskey. And it's ball 1. This is Carly Dole. Dole flew out to center field, Kella Jagoda, in her first at bat. Off speed, pitch freezes Dole, but it's low for a ball. Dole in the weekend here at the Cleveland Regional is 3 for 7. Miskey does not get that pitch. Count goes to 3-0. So the junior Miskie's going to have to work her way back one pitch at a time. And here comes the first. And that's strike one. It is an absolutely gorgeous day today at Mather Park. Nice little breeze. Temperatures in the 70s today. Miskie's next pitch is low, and that's ball 4. That brings Sanborn to the plate.
Now batting, number 11.
Taylor, the catcher,
Sanborn.
struck out swinging in her first at bat. One of 4 strikeout victims of Miskey so far. Dole is on at first, locked and ready to go. Carly Dole on the season has attempted 15 stolen bases. She's been successful 12 times. And she is not going. And Miskie's second offering is a ball. It's 2 balls, no strikes to Sanborn, the cleanup hitter. So Miskie went 3-0 to Herder. Or 3-0 to Dole, rather. And now she's 3-0 to Sanborn. Back-to-back walks for the Knights. Sage Mugen is in to run for Calvin. Mugen is running for Taylor Sanborn.
Now running at first base for Calvin. Number 5, Sage Mugen. Now batting for Calvin. Number 23, Emily Gist.
So Mugen is running at first. Dole is the runner at second. There is 1 out. It's the bottom of the 4th. Spartans are up 1-0. And Emily Gist is at the plate. Infield on the corners are in. Gist got hit. Gist leaned right into it, and the umpire is going to bring her back. She just stood over the plate and leaned right into a pitch. Coach Hilgert wants to talk about it. Gist has got a pad on her left bicep, left elbow. And she can lean into as many pitches as she wants. She's been hit 19 times. And that's a high pitch. It's ball 2. Miskey needed a strike. Gist knew it and was jumping all over that pitch. It's a foul ball, though. That's all it is. Important pitch here. It's called a ball. Counts 3 balls, 1 strike. And there's strike 2. Miskey with the high heat. Man, is that a big out. What a battle by Lexi Miskey against Emily Gist. Tori Decker now at the plate. Decker popped up to Potts at shortstop in her first at bat. Swinging, fly ball, Rieger chased, left field, got it. Rieger with her quickness and, frankly, her height made that one look easy. We head to the top of the 5th. It's a 1-0 game. Spartans will try to add to their 1-run lead this inning. Nyla Durham will lead it off, their number 8 hitter. Nyla, the talented freshman, had a base hit in her first at bat, and there's a base hit in her second at bat. Sat on a dead red pitch, saw it, and hit it.
Now batting, number 13, Jagoda.
That brings Jagoda to the plate. And the Vegas odds say that Jagoda is going to drop a bunt. Carly Dole, the third baseman for the Knights, in at about 48 feet from home plate. Jagoda's going to walk up on one. So a slap, a bunt, same thing, as long as it moves Durham over to second base. That's what the Spartans want to do right now. Get Durham to second base. However Jagoda does it is fine. Second pitch. Kella's going to send one foul down the left field line. Now she's really got to make sure she puts the ball in play. If you're Kella Jagoda right now, in your head you're saying, just put the ball in play. Strikeout will be a friend to Emma Ludema in the circle. It's the 0-2 count, and here comes the pitch. Ludema pounding the plate with strikes right now. Jagoda staying alive. Outside, Durham's running, and she's safe. Wow, is that a gutsy call? Wow, is that a gutsy call? Coach Henry has a reputation for being an aggressive coach when it comes to base stealing or running and trying to score. And now she has Durham on at second. And Jagoda, the slap hitter at the plate, so Kella can just run up on as many as she wants. She does, base hit. Durham's going to check into third. She'll score. Gets by the center fielder. Jagoda's rounding second. Going to third. She'll go into third base with a triple. That is a huge hit from Kella Jagoda. Look at her celebrate. Jagoda chased Emma Walker to the wall in center field. And that base hit scores a run, and it puts Jagoda in great position to score another. So Becky Hilgert has made a pitching change, and she's brought in her ace.
He also signaled the re-entry of the catcher that happened at the beginning of the inning. You don't need to say that.
In the circle is Brooke Hunderman. And she owned Case Western Reserve yesterday. So Hilgert, Becky, the coach of Calvin, even though she's got, you could say a game to play with, Calvin needs to be beaten twice today. But nobody wants to go to that second game because if you get beaten the first one, it's back to, square one. It's a one-game take-all scenario. So really, I've never met a coach that is comfortable with just giving away a game in a two-game scenario. And that's why Hilgert makes this move right now. It's a 2-0 game. It's still very much a game. She brings in her ace to keep it that way. And Potts, an outstanding hitter, offered it a bunt. Karen Potts, 1 for 2 today. Outside pitch. The MO on Hunderman was off speed, slight fastball, throws a curveball. It'll come in on Potts. But the off speed stuff, keeping hitters off balance, that's her strength. Ground ball to first, nice play, and Potts is out. A beautiful play by Emily Gist. And that keeps Jagoda on at third. Only the first out of the inning, though. Potts was way out in front of that one. Those wrists rolled over, and that turned into an easy ground ball. Stevie Rieger at the plate. Rieger trying to get her teammate Jagoda in from third base. Here comes the pitch. And it's a pop-up. This is exactly what it was yesterday. Of the 21 outs yesterday, I'll have to look back at my scorebook, and I can tell you exactly what it was. But at least 65% of the outs of the 21 were pop-ups in the infield. It's up to Kai Gross. And that's a high fastball. Won't see many of those from Hunderman. Next pitch, ground ball. That'll be the third out of the inning. So Hilgert's move, the head coach of Calvin, pays off. She brings in her ace with a runner at third, nobody out, and Hunderman gets 3 in a row. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Spartans score a run. They're up 2-0. Bottom of the fifth here at Mather Park on a sun-splashed, beautiful Saturday afternoon. It's Championship Saturday in the Cleveland Regional.
Bottom of the fifth inning for Calvin. Number 34, Emma Walker.
Emma Walker will lead off this inning for the Knights. Walker struck out swinging to end the second inning in her first at bat. Couple of big moves in the top of the fifth. One, Josie Henry being aggressive. Actually three. Two, Jagoda with that huge triple. And then three, the move by Calvin head coach Becky Hilgert, quickly removing her starting pitcher and bringing her ace in to close down the inning. So this is Miskey against Walker. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Counts 3-0. So Emma Walker gets a leadoff walk here in the fifth.
Now batting, number 30.
That is Miskey's third walk. It's the third walk in the last 5 hitters, though. She's in the fifth inning, had not walked anybody going into the fourth, and now has walked 3 out of the last 5. Emily Sweetland at the plate. Miskey stretching her back, stretching that lower back. Caitlin Lamb wants to talk to her pitcher. Sweetland's at the plate. The count's 2-0. Emily in her first at bat flew out to Durham in right field. Sweetland, the number 8 hitter in the Calvin lineup. Miskey's ready to go. And here comes the pitch. Sweetland shows bunt, and the pitch is outside for ball 3. One pitch at a time if you're Lexi Miskey. Here's the first one on the comeback, and it's strike 1. Can't think about anything other than the present moment right now. Strike 2. Throw down. Lamb has been active, aggressive the entire weekend behind the plate. Miskey with a foul back will do it again. Now it'd be interesting if Josie's, and she's going to ask, it looked like she was swinging. I mean, her movement, her hands, her body movement was going towards that pitch. I agree with Coach Henry here in checking if that was a swing, which in the case would be a foul ball. Her body movement, her hands, everything was moving towards that pitch. She checked, but she was attempting to swing. It's a big call. It'd be a foul ball.
No, it hit her hand. I mean, it didn't hit her bat.
Hands part of the bat.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Look at a bat and show where your hands are, Ron.
We're going to get into another online argument with Fast Eddie Karakas. I refuse to do that.
I'm talking to the umpire here, and he agrees with me. I didn't umpire.
Runners at first and second. This is Ella Steele at the plate. Steele will bunt it. Played perfectly by both the offense and the defense that time. One out, top of the order for Calvin. Lily Gastra at the plate. Gastra 0 for 1 today, strikeout swinging and hit by a pitch. It's a 2-0 game, and Coach Henry's going to come out and talk to her defense.
Once again, now batting for Calvin, number 3, Lily Gastra.
Gastra will step into the right-handed batter's box. She'll face Miskey, who's trying to get out of a jam. And here comes the first pitch. Lamb with a beautiful block, keeping the runner Walker at third base. Fouled back. Counts even. 1 ball, 1 strike. There is 1 out in the inning. If you're a Spartan fan, you need a pop-up in the infield right now, or a strikeout. Second pitch. Count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Miskey with an unbelievable changeup. Now, Gastra, the hitter, is claiming it hit her on the elbow. It will fall on deaf ears.
Looks like 8.
Second out of the inning, and Becky Hilgert is making a change at the plate.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now batting for Calvin, number 8.
Allie Schultz will come to the plate. Allie pitch hit yesterday in the game against the Spartans, and she was 0 for 1. She is in a huge situation right now. Runners at second and third. There's 1 out or 2 outs in the inning, and Schultz is at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Lamb, wow. Caitlin Lamb just saved a run. That was a high heater that got away from Miskey. Almost hit Schultz, but more importantly, it almost sailed to the backstop. And with that angle, it would have kicked up towards the, I'm thinking, maybe the first base dugout. 2 balls, no strikes. And it's 3-0. So if Miskey walks Schultz, she'll face Calvin's best hitter, Carly Dole. And here comes that scenario.
Re-enter, it's 20.
Re-entering the game for Calvin and running at first base, number 20, Aubrey Herder. Now batting for Calvin, number 21, Carly Dole.
So this is Carly Dole. Dole on the day 0 for 1. Flew out to center in the first inning, walked in the fourth. 2 outs. Bases full of Knights. Miskey in the circle. Lamb behind the plate. Here comes the pitch. And it's high for ball 1. Wow. Dole in a hitter's count. Becky Hilgert told me before the game, the head coach of Calvin, that their game plan is to make Miskey throw the ball over the plate. And that's an inside part of the plate for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Miskey high with a fastball. Count is full. The string is out. 2 outs. Everybody's going to be running. changeup or a fastball that rose. I'm not sure, but I do know this. It was swung on and missed, and Miskey is out of the inning. Wow! Well, with some momentum, some energy, some adrenaline, the Spartans come to the plate in the top half of the sixth. Somehow, some way, Lexi Miskey and her teammates worked their way out of that fifth inning. And the first offering from Hunderman is high for ball one. Bella Russo, in her last at bat, smoked a one-hopper, a short hopper, to the shortstop, Aubrey Herder. Herder made a nice play. Underman is outside, and it's 3-0 on Russo. That one is right down Main Street. Russo sitting on a pitch that she liked, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hunderman battles back and gets a big strikeout to start the sixth. That brings Nutter to the plate. I think everybody wearing blue, white, or any type of Spartan color would love to see Nutter hit one over the M on Mather Park in left field. Line drive down the line that's foul. The tough thing, or the real challenge with that, especially with this type of pitcher, Brooke Hunderman, is that your bat speed has to create the power, because Hunderman's not going to overpower you. She's going to fool you. She's going to keep you off balance. And so far, the Spartans really haven't squared up on anything yesterday or today with Hunderman. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Spartan senior. And it's 3-1. I think Hunterman actually loves being in a 3-1 count or a 3-2 count. She's here a lot, and she always wins. So here it is, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Nutter. Hunterman's ready. She'll rock and fire. Boy, Nutter did a great job of staying alive there on a pitch that Hunterman was sensational with. That was a tough pitch, and Kayla just did enough to stay alive. Left field, that will be foul. Nice little battle here. That one hit the top of the press box. Had that sound on the roof when Santa's reindeers land. Again, Nutter doing a great job. This is the 11th pitch. Fast Eddie Karakis alerts us that this is the 11th pitch of the at-bat. And Nutter, wow. I mean, even that pitch was tough to take, and Kayla's on at first base. So Josie Henry's going to make a move. Number 4 is going to come in and run, and that's
Now running at first base for Case Western Reserve. Number 4, Jordan Van
Jordan
Warren.
Van Warren. Jordan is on at first base. There's 1 out.
Now batting for Case Western Reserve. Number 2, Caitlin Lamb.
Lamb's at the plate. Here comes the pitch. And it gets away from the catcher, but Van Warren was just off the bag at first base, not ready to go. And actually, with the rocket that Sanborn has attached to her right shoulder, the way she approached that ball, she was in a position to fire to second base anyways. Line drive, left field, off the wall. Off the left center field wall. Van Warren safe at third, and a double from Caitlin Lamb. When she hit it, it had an opportunity to get out. Caitlin hit it so hard and on such a line that it couldn't leave the park. Almost knocked down the fence, but couldn't leave the park. That is the first solid hit. I mean, really squared up on the, on the numbers that the Spartans have had off of Hunderman. And maybe that will spur them on with some confidence against this ace of the Knights staff. So Manwarren is on at third. Lamb is on at second.
25 to run.
And they're going to have the Spartans are going to have another pinch runner. Elena Steffes. Steffes, the freshman, will run for Lamb. And stepping into the batter's box is Bisberry.
Now batting for Case Western Reserve, number 6, Bisberry.
And if there is a player in the Spartan batting rotation that needs a base hit, it's Barry. Swinging first pitch, it's strike one. Biz, an outstanding player for Coach Henry in her second year. Right now, though, with the plate struggling. And sometimes it takes just one good swing. That's a pop-up. And it's caught by the shortstop for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring the red-hot Nyla Durham to the plate.
Now batting, number 33, Nyla Durham.
This is a huge at bat. This is a huge battle. Hunderman in the circle, Durham at the plate. Nyla has been first pitch hitting in her, or early in the count hitting in both at bats. She looked at that high fastball. Spartans with 8 hits, but only 2 runs. A hit here would go a long way. Durham popped it up. Enough room for the third baseman? Yes. Boy, right at the dugout was Carly Dole. And Hunderman gets out of the inning. We head to the top of the bottom of the 6th. That's next.
Sanborn.
Taylor Sanborn will lead off the bottom of the 6th for the Knights of Calvin. Sanborn in the middle of this lineup. Number 4 hitter. Line drive left field right at Stevie Rieger.
Now batting, number 23, Emily.
1 pitch, 1 out. That's good for Miskey. Miskey coming into this game had already, on Thursday and Friday, thrown 19 2/3 of an inning. And this is her 6th today. So if she can have short work in each inning or any inning, that's a help to her. Emily Gist at the plate. Gist is one of the 7 strikeout victims of Miskey today. Lexi came into the day with 200 strikeouts. She ended the game yesterday, the win over Dominican, with a strikeout. That gave her 200 on the season. Add 7 today, that's 207. And that ties her own program record of 207 strikeouts in a single season. So the next one breaks the record. And that's a changeup that's called for a strike. Miskey hits the outside edge of the plate. Gist knew it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Inside, little pop, and it's going to fall where nobody can get it. Lamb is all full of dirt, that Spartan catcher. You don't want to be the person who does laundry on the catcher's jersey, do you? Will that be the work of Carson, who was just hired in the equipment room? Another foul ball. Carson is running the scoreboard today in the press box, sitting next to Otto Penica. Carson recently hired in the equipment division. Carson, what is your first job other than running the scoreboard today? He was worked tickets. The pitch, another foul back. This one is caught by a Calvin fan. Give that woman a one-day contract. That was a beautiful catch. She's checking her right wrist right now. She's like going like this with her hand. That's why they wear gloves. The 2-2 pitch. Count's now full. Gist, of course, is all over the plate. She's armored up on her left elbow, leans into every pitch, falls into the left-handed batter's box after every pitch. Here's the full count offering. And that is nothing more than a foul ball. Got a lot of oohs from some in the crowd. But if you're Miskey, you just go, that's another strike. Good at bat. This will be the 10th pitch. And here it comes. Strike 3. And that's a program record. Lexi Miskey, with her 8th strikeout against Calvin today, now has 208 on the season. And she breaks her own record set a year ago of 207. More importantly, it's the second out of the inning in a 2-0 game. I guarantee you Lexi has no idea that she just set a program record. She is locked in for one reason today, and that is to get her team a victory and to get to play another game today. That thing dropped in. It's like one of those major league curveballs. You see it goes from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's that high heat that, honestly, Calvin has done a great job laying off. That was too tempting for Tori Decker, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Decker. 2 outs. Miskey will rock. She'll fire. Here it comes. And Caitlin Lamb with a nice stop. Lamb's going to need some Advil in between games, I think. Not that there's enough time. Well, if we get to another game, I should say that. Not that there's enough time in between games to make her feel any better, but she has been all over the place, the catcher. And that's a base hit. It's going to keep the inning alive. That is the first hit of the game. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th, Calvin gets their first hit.
Now batting, number 34, Emma Walker.
And it was a nice piece of hitting by Tori Decker because Miskey threw a great pitch, and Decker just kept enough balance and got the head of the bat out there to drop it into left field. So this is Emma Walker at the plate. Second offering is high. It's 2-0. A needed strike from Lexi Miskey. Walker on the day has struck out and walked. The 2-1 pitch is high. And Walker has worked the junior Miskey to a 3-1 count. Josie Henry's going to come out and talk about it. Miskey, how much? I mean, what a valiant effort this young woman has put on here in the Cleveland Regional. She is, stature-wise, standing tall above her teammates in that circle, and heart-wise has stood tall now in her 4th game of pitching in 3 days. Got a laugh for her teammate Bella Russo. Russo keeping it light in a tense moment. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled back. Walker liked it. Count is full. 2 outs. Walker got a stinger. She's got that right wrist, thumb area. The way it's wrapped, it looks like it might be a thumb joint issue. Wrapped, and she, on that foul ball, maybe stung it a little bit. Bat stinger. Full count pitch. 2 outs. Here it comes. Ground ball. Biz Berry Hard hop, good throw, bingo. We go to the top of the 7th. The Spartans are up 2, and coming to bat, Jagoda and the top of the lineup. That's next. So Kella Jagoda will start off this top of the 7th for the Spartans. Hunderman's in the circle. Since she has come in, Brooke Hunderman, the Calvin ace, she came in the 5th inning with a run already in and a runner, Jagoda, actually at third base with nobody out, and got the next 3 batters out in the 5th to shut down that rally. And then in the 6th, she got herself in a bit of a jam, struck out Russo to start it, walked Nutter, gave up a double to Lamb, and with runners at second and third and only 1 out, she got 2 infield pop-ups to get out of the inning. And here she stands against Jagoda with the 0-1 pitch. And it's now 0-2. Yesterday, Hunderman pitched 7 innings and gave up only 1 run. And that run came in the very last inning. Jagoda, 2-hopper, bobbled, throw, safe. Well, that is a rare error or misstep by Aubrey Herder. She is rock solid at shortstop for the Knights. Spartans will take it. Jagoda's on at first. Top of the order is up. This is Karen Potts. Potts 1 for 3 today. Had a base hit in her first at bat. First pitch swinging, rolled it over. It could be a double play, and it will not be. Bang, bang at first, and Potts beats it out. Karen loves that first pitch.
Now batting, number 20, Stevie Rieger.
Rieger's at the plate. Stevie 1 for 3. Base hit, scored a run in the first inning. Flew out to left, popped up to the first baseman in her other 2 at-bats. So Potts is on at first. She was thrown out in the first inning trying to steal second base for only the 4th time in 28 attempts this year. The 0-1 pitch, and that's a curveball away from Stevie Rieger's swinging bat. That had movement. I asked Coach Hilgert if her pitchers, and both of them are similar pitchers according to Coach Hilgert, if there was any deviation of speed on the curveball, like if it was a, if they threw a fast curveball, slow curveball, and she said, nope, pretty consistent. One ball, 2 strikes to Rieger. And Rieger's staying alive. Called strike 3. 2 outs.
Now batting, number 17, Kylie Gross.
Kai Gross now at the plate. And I guess if you wanted anybody at the plate with 2 outs and you needed a hit to continue the inning in a tight game, it would be this senior right here. Gross, fly ball, right field, deep to the wall. Gone! Kai Gross! Can you believe it? Let her eat. Wow! Guy's mom and dad are right below us. And they got big smiles on their face. Wow.
Another hit.
Now batting, number 11, Bella Russo.
I'm speechless. One ball, one strike to Russo. Gross's 2 out, 2-run home run has doubled the score. Spartans now up 4. Russo has worked the count even. Bella looking for her first hit. And the count is now full. Inside pitch will ring up Russo. We head to the bottom of the 7th. The Spartans score 2 more on a 2-out, 2-run home run by senior Kai Gross. It's 4-0. Here in the 7th, Miskey in the circle, about to step into the right-handed batter's box. The number 8 hitter in the Calvin lineup, Emily Sweetland.
Number 32, Emily Sweetland.
Sweetland 0 for 1 today. Flew out to right field in the 3rd inning in her first at bat and walked in the 5th. Pop up. Russo looking for it, calling it, and catching it. 1 out. A pinch hitter for Calvin. Alana Garcia will now hit for the Knights. Garcia will hit for the number 9 hitter, Ella Steele.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now batting for Calvin, number 30, Alana Garcia.
Garcia on the year has appeared in 23 games. She started 11, has 38 at-bats and 6 hits. Alana is hitting 158 on the season with 6 runs batted in. And Miskie's first pitch is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Garcia is another one of those Knights players that's all armored up on her left arm.
Same batter. It's going to be a runner.
And actually,
Back in. Re-entry.
in her limited at bats, that is the 3rd time she's been hit by a pitch.
Re-entering and running at first base for Calvin, number 2, Ella Steele. Now batting for Calvin, number 3.
So Steele's back in to run. And the top of the order is up for the Knights. Lily Gastra. Gastra's 0 for 2. Got hit by a pitch in her first at bat, struck out in her next 2. That off-speed pitch had Gastra way out in front of it. One ball, one strike. Gastra in the tournament, in the 2 games that Calvin has played, now this the 3rd, is 3 for 8 overall. And that's inside for ball 2. On the season, Lily is hitting, coming into today, .299. Three balls, one strike. Miskey gonna collect herself as she has done all weekend long. Step back in, rocket fire, and here it comes. And it's strike 2. 1 pitch at a time. Strike 3. That is a big, big strikeout. Second out of the inning. With 2 outs, the number 2 hitter at the plate, Aubrey Herder. That one is wide. Lamb is showing off her athletic prowess behind the plate today. She has been exploding out of that catcher's crouch several times. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, runner at first. Spartans up 4-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. And that pitch is inside for strike 1. This is Herder, the shortstop. She had a bunt sacrifice in the 1st inning, struck out swinging in the 4th, and walked in the 5th. And actually it was Schultz that walked in the 5th for Herder. That's strike 2. Miskey is a strikeout away from a 1-hit shutout. Here comes the pitch. The count is full. Nine strikeouts for Miskey. 209 on the season, a program record. The full count pitch. Herder and Miskey will do it again. Miskey, and that's a line drive for Herder down the left field line. That's foul. Aubrey doing a great job. She's taking Miskey's best right now, and she's keeping herself in that batter's box. Here comes the full count pitch. Russo up off her feet. 3rd out of the inning. Championship Saturday continues for the Spartans. Game 1 is done, and it's in the books for Case Western Reserve University. Lexi Miskey, a complete 7-inning game, struck out 9, allowed only 1 hit, and that hit came with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Pitched the shutout. They win. Spartans 4-0. Game 2 today, winner take all, winner go to the Sweet 16 is next. We'll be back for it.